Hello dear students, how are you all? I hope you all are fine. Today I'm again back with another video on the lesson acids and bases and salts, right? Acids, bases and salts. In this chapter we already studied in the previous video till litmus paper tests, that is blue litmus and red litmus. Those litmus papers, how they are changing their colors too. When they are dipped in acids, when they are dipped in bases, red changes to blue or blue changes to red. That we already studied in the previous video, right? In today's video, just we are going ahead with just only one type of natural indicator we are taking is in this video, that is turmeric. Okay, turmeric, how it behaves in presence of acids and bases we are testing. Next we are going ahead with what our two more indicators, that is no, what synthetic indicators they are, that is artificial ones, phenolphthalein and methyl orange. In presence of acids, in presence of bases, how they are changing their colors, they are very much interesting. And as well as we are also going to study the neutralization reaction and its applications, and in this video we are going to complete the lesson. Okay, without skipping the video, if you watch you will get complete clarification of the concepts. Okay, let us go ahead with the lesson what we have already started there. In the previous class, we studied about indicators, that is a litmus paper test. In this video, we are going to start with what turmeric. In presence of acid, in presence of base, how it changes its color. Okay, so let us take here. Okay, now here I am taking sulfuric acid. I am taking, right? Sulfuric acid, few drops I'll add. Okay, I'll add it to turmeric indicator. What color changes to check? In presence of acid, there is no change in color, right? Turmeric is not changing its color in presence of acid. Now we will go ahead with base. Okay, if we add a few drops of base, what color changes? That will check once. You can see, yes, it is changing to red color in presence of base. That is, what is the base which I have taken here? That is sodium hydroxide solution. Okay, this is the base. NaOH, it is solid pellets will come there. When they are dissolved in water, we get that solution, sodium hydroxide solution. So you can see there is change in color, that is turmeric is changing to red color. Because of this, what happens sometimes, if you have gone for attending any programs there by mistake, if there is any sambar applied to the shirts or dresses, if it is yellowish in color, after coming home, if you try to wash it, as soon as you apply the soap, it turns to red color. Means what? Soap is also a base. Okay, when soap is applied to that dress, that yellow color changes to red, as long as that indicator is present there. As you go on putting the water, more water, when it is washed away all the indicator, then again it becomes yellow color, right? And this color again, if you add acid to this, it changes to yellow color back. Okay, so this is what test of turmeric indicator in presence of acids and bases, right? Now coming to next one. Here we will take here one more indicator, that is phenolphthalein. Okay, phenolphthalein, what color it changes, we'll see. In acid, sulfuric acid I am taking here. Okay, in sulfuric acid, when I add phenolphthalein indicator, what color it changes to? It did not change to any color, right? It did not change to any color there. Little more we will take. Yes, now there is no change in color, right? Now what we will do is we'll take base now. Okay, in the test we will take base. In base, what color it changes, we'll see. That is sodium hydroxide solution. Okay. Oh, it's already some indicators applied here. Now you can see, if I put one drop of water, it is changing to pink color, right? It is changing to pink color. In phenolphthalein, it gives pink color in presence of base, remember, right? And this phenolphthalein will test for other bases also. Means here I am taking here one more, that is, what is this? Calcium hydroxide solution I am taking here. Okay, calcium hydroxide solution. In this, if you add little phenolphthalein indicator. We will test what color it changes to. This is also a base, right? Look at this. There is again change in color. That is, it is changing to pink color. In presence of base, it is changing. See, right? It is changing to pink color. Yes. Now we'll test one more solution I have taken. That is sodium carbonate. That is Na2CO3. This is washing soda. Okay. In this, when we put phenolphthalein indicator, what happens? We'll test. Okay. Now this is also changing its color to pink color, right? It is changing. It is little basic, we can say. It is not a strong base, but it is changing to basic color, means pink color. It is basic in nature, we can say, right? Because it is reacting with phenolphthalein, right? Sodium carbonate. Next, coming to here, these are just reaction of what phenolphthalein with acids and bases. Now we'll go ahead with what when methyl orange is added to acid, what color it changes to, that also we'll test once, right? What happens, we'll see. Now let us take here, I'm taking sulfuric acid. Sulfuric acid I'm taking. You try to put phenolphthalein in this. What happens? We'll see. Is there any change in color? No. There is no change. Just it is colorless, we can say. Right? It is colorless. So instead of this, what we will do is we will take methyl orange. Now we will test it for methyl orange. What color it changes to, we'll see. Now methyl orange solution is, it is what orange yellow color. Okay, if you put one drop, yes, you can see it is changing to orange red color in presence of methyl orange acid. When acid is added, it turns to what? This indicator gives what? Orange red color in presence of acid. What? Methyl orange. Next, here we are going ahead with what? Neutralization reaction. It is very much interesting. Okay, neutralization reaction we will try to understand here. What is that? Here I have taken acid. I have taken, okay, acid, that is sulfuric acid I have taken. In this we will add 1 or 2 drops of phenolphthalein. Okay, it is not giving any color, no change in color, right? In presence of phenolphthalein, acid, phenolphthalein is not giving any color. Now what we will do is we will add little base to this. In presence of base, whether it changes color or not, we'll see. And if the medium is completely basic, only then it has to turn to pink color. Okay, if it is acidic medium, if more acid, it will not turn to pink color. So what we have to do is we have to add base to this until this full acid, it has to decrease its effect. Means we are nullifying the effect of acid here by adding base, right? So what we'll do is we'll add base to this and we will check. Just you see, it has to nullify the effect of acid. Till there we have to add base. Now you can see there is change in color because I have added phenolphthalein, right? Just will keep on shaking this one. Yes, it is basic now, right? Now what we will do is we will add acid again back. Medium is basic. If I add a few drops of acid, you can see again color is disappearing. Means what? It is acidic now. Medium is again acidic. Okay. Now if you add one more drop sodium hydroxide solution, I am adding 1 drop. You can see Yes, there is again change in color. Means what? Now medium is again basic. Just in one drop it is changing, right? So here what it is happening is, if there is medium is acidic, it is not giving any color. If it is basic, it is giving pink color, right? What is happening? Both acid and base, both they are reacting with each other, and they are nullifying the effect of each other. Okay, in this reaction what happens? Again, if you add acid, the medium changes to acidic. As a result, the color disappears, right? Means what? Same amount of acid, same amount of base, when you add, they react with each other. They produce acid and base. When they react with each other, they produce salt and water. When salt and water is produced, along with that there is little evolution of heat, that is release of heat we say. Okay, means whenever acid and base, when they react with each other, there is little amount of heat is evolved. So that is why what we can say is, this type of reaction is called what? Neutralization reaction. Neutralization reaction is what? Very much simple it is. When an acid reacts with a base, okay, it produces salt and water along with the evolution of heat. This reaction we call it as what? For neutralization reaction. Okay, now as we have done already, you can see, right? If you want, you can again change it just by adding one drop of base to this, just one drop. Just you can see here now, it is changing to pink color, means it is basic now again. So this is what we say neutralization reaction. Next, coming to applications of this neutralization reaction. Sometimes we say there is little acidity, means due to indigestion. If there is more secretion of what? HCl, hydrochloric acid in the stomach. Okay, what happens? Because of indigestion, it turns to painful suffering there. Sometimes we feel that. So because of that, at that time when we feel that due to indigestion, if there is heavy secretion of this hydrochloric acid, it has to be relieved from the pain. In order to relieve from the pain, doctors will suggest us to take one of the tablet, that is called what? Antacid tablet. Antacid means it is opposite to the acid. It has to reduce the effect of acid. That is why we say it as, we call it as what? Antacid tablet. What is that? Milk of magnesia we say. Milk of magnesia means what? It is MgOH twice, as it is written here. Okay, as it is written here, that is milk of magnesia. When it is given, this is a base. Hydrochloric acid is, it is acid. When it is added, this tablet is going to the stomach. This is nullifying the excess effect, means effect of excess hydrochloric acid. Okay, when it reduces its effect, we feel relief from the pain. Next, coming to antibiotic. If there is antibiotic, it releases one of the acid called methanoic acid in the skin. Because of that, we start feeling irritation. Okay, so at that moment, what we have to do is sodium bicarbonate or sodium hydrogen carbonate. What we say, that is baking soda. Taking that, you have to prepare little solution and you have to apply it on the skin and you have to rub it. So what happens? It nullifies the effect of that methanoic acid. Okay, otherwise we call it as formic acid. That will be nullified effects. So when they are reacting with each other, it becomes just salt and water. As a result, we get relief from the pain. Okay, this is how we treat antibiotic. Okay, antibiotic. Next, coming to soil pH. Soil pH means what? Here, sometimes crops will not be able to grow properly there. Okay, because of what? Excess use of fertilizers. So many fertilizers they are using. As a result, there is increase in the acidity of the soil. Means acidic nature. We will call it as what? pH. pH means it is the measure of acidity or basicity we measure in terms of pH. That is the unit used to measure the acidity or basicity of the soil. Okay, that you will learn in higher classes in class 10, right? Now this pH of the soil, if it is increasing, means so if the acidity is more there, means if the pH is low, acidity will be low, means high. Acidity will be high when the pH is low. Okay, now what happens at that moment? So crops will not be able to grow. So what has to be added? Base has to be added to the soil. What is the base? Base is what? Quicklime. that is calcium oxide, or slake lime, that is calcium hydroxide. Either of the two will be added to the soil there, okay, in the form of just like a fertilizers it will be added. When it is added, it nullifies the effect of that pH of the soil. That means acidity, it will bring it down. Okay, it increases the pH. If the pH is low, it is acidic. If the pH is high, it is basic. Okay, how much it is required, that much they will add and they will make it right. So this is how we treat the soil. Okay. Now, in case if the soil is basic, in that case, what to do? That time they use what is some of the compost there. Compost means whatever that organic matter, when it is added to the soil, it releases some acid into the soil. That acid nullifies the effect of bases which are present in more quantity in the soil. Right. This is how it reduces the effect of bases there. Okay, now let us see what happens to the aquatic animals when that factory wastewater is released. Factory wastewater contains so many acids. If it is released to the river waters, means water bodies, the aquatic animals present in that, due to rise in what acidic character of that water, they will be killed there. So they will die. So in order to avoid this, the water which is wastewater coming out of the factories, it has to be treated well before it is released into the river water or any water bodies, because they are treating, if it is more acidic, they are treating them with the basis that water. After treating, it has to be released so that that acidic property of the water has to be nullified before it is released to the water bodies, remember. Okay, this is how we can say that it can be applied, that neutralization reaction, to many situations in our day-to-day life. Okay, so till here what we studied, the acids, bases and salts lesson, it is completed. And in the next class we'll go ahead with one more, maybe maths or science will take up one, maybe maths topic will take. Okay, see you in the next video.